Now I'm joined here by Rich, who is from Masternaut, and you guys do vehicle tracking, don't you?
That's correct.
Now, the great thing is, Rich is very prepared, and you have a presentation for us, don't you? So I'll maybe ask questions if something comes up, but if you want to take it away and tell us more about Masternaut and what they do.
Thank you very much. Hi everybody. Just going to give you a brief 10 minutes around the solutions that Masternaut offer, specifically around duty of care and around driver performance. Speedy have this system installed on all of their commercial vehicles, and we're just upgrading that to the latest technology. So just to run you through, again, around promoting safer driver, which ultimately will reduce accidents, reduce risk, and improve the bottom line for Speedy. As you'll see, we monitor particular events around a driver. So we're able to monitor such things as acceleration, braking, cornering, speeding events, and doing so reduces fuel, reduces CO2, but also promotes safety of the driver and the company. It was only last week that Speedy were able to gain a Safer Fleet of the Year award from the Fleet News event, which is really great news and shows how proactive they've been with the system. You'll see here, generally we've got lots of customers out there that are getting great savings from our systems. Those can range from customers that do very little with the technology and promote 3, 4, 5% in fuel savings, but actually some customers, much like Speedy do, really gain the buy-in using the system, really promote all the great things that it can offer a company. You know, we've seen some real good benefits over previous years and will continue to do so around lots of areas promoting duty of care. So how do we do this? We install a small black box in a vehicle and we connect to the vehicle's canvas system. So it's onboard computer system. We're able to pick up the actual fuel consumption from the vehicle, and as I said before, we're able to also pick up some driver metrics. We also combine this often with some in-cab technology, so something live on the dash that driver's able to see. And as the driver's potentially having an event that exceeds an agreed threshold, we're able to instantly alert the driver. So we can either do that with the small bar you see here at the top, or by way of a PND device, or a navigation type device to give the live alerting. Just to show you a few screenshots of the live system. So for those people that are authorised, we do have an online system that essentially will recreate those events that we're seeing happening in the cab. Here you see the starting point, which is a dashboard. So for a depot manager, a regional manager, how much money am I wasting because vehicles are sat idling and not doing very much? How many miles are my vehicle driving? Where are my vehicles currently? So from a customer service point of view, it's not just it's 5 minutes around the corner, it's actually how far is the vehicle away from making a delivery. Some real positive things that you're able to offer.
So you can give more accurate information to a customer if they do ring up and they are waiting for their driver to arrive. You can pretty much pinpoint and give them more accurate timings rather than pie-in-the-sky ones.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're taking updates around every 30 seconds when a vehicle drives. Yep. So as I say, we're able to look at a depot manager searching for a vehicle and being able to show that it's genuinely 5 minutes away, or maybe being able to look at it being stuck in traffic, for example.
What's the difference between the green cars and the red cars?
So on this particular time, red vehicles stopped, green vehicles driving.
Oh, okay.
And you'll also see yellow vehicles where a vehicle's got the engine ticking over but it's not moving anywhere.
Okay, so it's like kind of idling traffic, not
Correct.
really doing much.
Yeah, so a depot manager could have this live on their system in the depot, and all day it would just update with the live position of the vehicles.
That's great.
You'll also see here we can get some of the more detailed information around driving styles. And generally we stack rank this type of information, and we use what we call an eco score. So every time a driver has an event that is deemed as over a threshold, they collect points. Points don't win prizes. They appear here on a chart. So a region can compare to another region. A driver can be compared to another driver in terms of how the driver performance is. If you look into a little bit more detail on these charts, we're able to drill into this information and be able to give some real good insight into a driver's performance. So we can see how many events they've created in each of the areas. We can view that over a day, or we can widen the search over a period of a few months. You'll also see that we can locate the actual events on a map, so we can drill right into the detail. And by power of Google Maps, we'll also be able to see the actual streets where they happened. So here I can see an event where a driver's been harsh accelerating. I can drill right down to the granular detail. This is really powerful when you're looking at driver training because it's giving you some insight before you're actually doing those things. So we can look to promote the safe drivers, Driver of the Year competitions, those type of events, but we're also to help train and educate those drivers where maybe the scores are a little bit higher.
And I do believe as well, it's quite interesting, someone mentioned earlier, that using this kind of information, if for some reason one of the drivers has been involved in an incident or an accident, it has actually been able to prove that the driver was actually doing nothing wrong.
Correct. Yeah, so we're able to debrief and look at what events happened before, the type of speeds that a driver was doing. Actually, was it a speedy vehicle, for example, actually, after all? Yeah. Often you might get a customer making a claim and you're able to prove whether the vehicle went to that location or not.
Yeah. See, that information in itself is so valid, isn't it?
Correct, yeah. Here you see some of the longer term trends. The output of doing such a program is the type of trends that we see here on the graph. So the line down the middle promotes or denotes us making a live movement with this type of behaviour management. And what we see is MPG rising instantly, the number of events. So actually it's win-win for everybody. For the driver, it's hopefully being able to get them to be a safer, more efficient driver. For a company, it's helping on the bottom line. For the environment, there's less CO2 going into the environment. And
for the customer, it's more beneficial because it gives them more accurate information as well.
Exactly. So here, for example, over a long period, we see a 7% improvement in MPG, and the events and the risk is reducing. We see more examples here of exactly the same pattern every time we do this with companies. We promote better MPG, so the bottom line's improved. We promote safer driving.
I think it just goes to show that the Masternaut really is very beneficial and can help save money for companies, the running costs of their fleet, and also help drivers improve themselves. Because it's one thing kind of being out on the road, but when you don't have any feedback, it's well, how can you make changes? Well, when you have so much feedback, it's very easy for you actually to become a more efficient and better driver and safer as well.
Correct. Certainly positive for everybody involved, yes.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Rich. It's lovely to speak to you. And of course, if you want to go and hear more or see more of Masternaut, then you can. The stand's on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you.